What's up, World Gang? So I was on YouTube watching videos, you know, the usual, when I stumbled upon this video. Every NBA archetype explained in 8 minutes. I thought, oh, this looks like a good video. And it was a good video. A really nice video. Good enough to steal. Wait, no! I can't steal other people's video ideas.
You must, Toby! This is how we grow!
But I made a promise that I would only make original content.
It's not about who did it first, it's about who did it right, Toby.
Wait, you listen to Drake?
Just steal the video!
No, you can't make me do it.
I mean, if you do a video like that, but instead of basketball, it's football, that's not technically stealing now, is it?
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's a completely different video at that point, right?
Exactly, Toby.
Yeah, I'll just put my own little twist on it. Nobody's gonna even know the difference, right?
Exactly! Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, you know what? Being a bad guy's kind of fun. I'm gonna go like one of Kanye's tweets.
Alright, my nigga, you lost me.
I'm sorry, I was getting a little too
just
tired.
cut to the video already.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. These are football archetypes. And no, Americans, we are not talking about hand egg. We are talking about soccer. By the way, if you know my content, then you know that we don't do boring generic stuff over here. So don't expect me to say generic stuff like, ooh, the clutch player, the big game player, the guy that disappears in big games. That's boring. We're here to make this interesting. So let's start off strong. Number 1 archetype, the criminal. Now, we all know about Prison FC, the players that couldn't get away with their dirty deeds. But alas, there's other players that apparently have Saul Goodman as their attorney. And not only did they get away with their crimes, but they're still playing actively. Sometimes it feels really weird to watch them play, because you know that this man should be eating nothing but prison food and penis. A very good example nowadays is Thomas Partey. Party hard! You know we have a party hard! Yeah, but seriously, he parties a little bit too hard. Another example is Marcus Alonso. Now, I like Marcus Alonso because he had some pretty good games for us. But sometimes he had some criminal performances. And no, I'm not just talking on the pitch. Yeah. This guy, somebody. He got into a car crash, and the person in the passenger seat is no longer with us. And the thing about having a criminal in your team is that you can't say anything positive about their football ability because somebody is gonna question you about the stuff that they did. Like, imagine being a Real Madrid fan.
Lewandowski is a better striker than Benzema.
Yeah, okay, where's Lewandowski's Ballon d'Or?
He should have won one, but anyways, he's still better than Benzema.
Yeah, so much better, yeah? Okay, Google Lewandowski holding a Ballon d'Or.
Google Benzema 15. Yeah, do it right now. Google Benzema 15. Do it right now. Tell me what comes up. Yeah, that's your boy, right? Oh, why you going all silent now? Come on. That's your boy, right? Come on, defend him.
The worst part about these players is that if they're playing well, fans will pretend that they didn't do anything. But the second they have a stinker, fans aren't talking about their in-game performance. No, they talk about their criminal charges. Pass. Nah, send him to jail. Police, there's a criminal at the Emirates. Send him to jail. Next player, the super sub. I don't know if the coaching staff feeds them sensu beans or gives them compound V while they're sitting on the bench, but these guys are unstoppable coming into the later stages of games. Man, you have 2 historic ones with Solskjaer and Chicharito. Giroud was giving defenders hell as a super sub when he played for Chelsea. They were probably thinking, damn, this guy's so hot that every time he runs towards me, I wish I was a woman. But the best modern example is Leandro Trossard. Imagine how good this guy would be with 8 hours of sleep. But sometimes managers make a very stupid mistake with super subs. They think to themselves, this guy's really good off the bench. You know what? Why don't I start him? And then super subs become starters, and then you realize they're only good against tired legs. They are only good against defenders who are huffing and puffing and gasping for air after 70 intense minutes of football. Do not fall in love with a super sub. Next player archetype, all talk, no smoke. You know, football is a really funny sport because, you know, in real life, a guy that looks like this would never ever talk trash to a man that looks like this because he knows he'll get punched so hard, sonic rings will shoot out of his body. But football is different. You see, football is a contact sport, so yes, you can tackle players, maybe push them just a little bit, right? But you can't, like, punch somebody in the face unless you're this guy.
Oh!
Yeah. That's probably a red card. And because you're not allowed to physically harm your opponents, and yes, that includes teammates as well. Newcastle guys, can you please calm the hell down? You have the most punchable 5'4" players talking the biggest amount of smack towards players that come from villages, favelas, trenches, and ghettos. And these players did this because they knew you aren't allowed to hit them back. One player that loved to do this, Jack Wilshere. He was unequivocally the least intimidating footballer to ever step foot on a pitch, and would talk so much trash to players 20 times his size because he knows they're not allowed to hit him. Okay, this is gonna sound morbid, but let's just say what we're all thinking, okay? It didn't take much for Wilshere to get injured. Sometimes it would just be a gust of wind. So if that's the case, then what would happen if the guys he was actually talking trash to were allowed to beat him up? He would end up looking like Mojo Jojo after the end of a Powerpuff Girls episode. There's so many examples of these guys. Jack Grealish, Harvey Elliott. Hey, footballers, listen, you guys make millions of pounds. You guys are living your dreams. You don't have to be a tough guy as well. Look. If I was a football player and I got tackled from behind and I turn around, I'm like, yo, who did that? Who did that? And I turn around and I see this guy, I'm not gonna talk trash. I know he would destroy me in any other setting. So I'm just gonna be honest and say, you prick, you tackled me. Hey, you know what, man? I forgive you for breaking my leg. I'm just gonna go sit these next 6 months on the sidelines, okay? What you want to break this leg also? No? Oh, okay, I'm gonna go to the hospital, okay? Next archetype, the good player that nobody actually wants to buy. Every league has that player that plays for a team that's not really competitive towards the top of the division. But for the most part, man, consistently, they are pretty good players. And yet, despite the fact that they're playing well pretty much every single season, no top team that's challenging for the league ever puts in a bid for them. Nobody ever scooped up Pereiro, for example. Nobody ever went for Milinkovic-Savic. Immobile was out here scoring like a bajillion goals in Serie A, but no, nobody wanted him. The Premier League has a lot of these players. Like, dude, Jordan Pickford has a man of the match performance every 2 weeks, and yet nobody buys him. Jared Bowen, it feels like he scores at the same rate of someone like Heung-min Son every single season, and yet nobody buys him. I don't get it. But the two biggest examples I can think of are Ivan Toney and Wilfried Zaha. They were good pretty much every single season they played. But the irony in these guys being the players that no big teams ever went for is that they would always talk about leaving their respective teams. It's like every single season, Zaha would come out and he'd be like, I think it's time for me to leave Palace. And the top 6 teams would just be like, Ivan Toney as well. Every time this man had an interview, he would just say the same things. Yeah, I'm leaving Brentford. Brentford's a small club in a piss town. What the hell are the bees? Thomas Frank can suck my Frank. Wisa looks like Omar from The Wire. Brian Mbuemo does my shoelaces. And yeah, I think I'm ready to move on to a top 6 team.
Tony, the question was... Wait, I didn't even ask a question. You just sat down and started talking.
Okay, last batch of players. I was going to do more players because I still have more ideas, but I wanted to cut this video a little bit shorter. But if you guys want another one of these kind of videos, then obviously just comment it. And also, please like the video if you're enjoying it. And please subscribe because we are on the road to 100,000 subs, baby. All right, last player archetype, the he's 24 player. These are the players that somebody says, I mean, yeah, to be fair, he is 24. And you're like, he's 24? 24 is still relatively young in football terms. So this shock comes from players that it feels like they've been playing for hundreds of years. And yet, they're only just 24. I have a few examples. Moise Keane. How? It feels like he's been playing for 50 years. How is he 24? Ryan Sessegnon. What? How is he only 24? You know what I just realized? There's gonna be dummies that watch this video in 5 years' time and they're like, Tabby, bro, they're not 24. They're like 29. Haha. I'm, of course, speaking of the time of this recording. Dominic Chabaranks. Yeah, no way. There's no way this grown man of 3 with a wife as well is a 24-year-old. No way. Pedro Neto. Yeah, somebody check this nigga's ID. He's lying. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Kulusevski. There's so many examples, but you know who's the absolute OG of the he's 24 category? Raheem Sterling. A couple of seasons ago, this man won PFA Young Player of the Season. Now you have to remember, Raheem Sterling popped up in the Premier League at like the age of 17. So by the time he won PFA Young Player of the Season, he had been playing in the Premier League for like 7 years. That is more years than Cristiano Ronaldo spent at Manchester United during his first stint there. So when Sterling won the award, the whole nation was like, hey, dude, why is this grown-ass man that we've seen on our TV screens for nearly a decade, why is he winning Best Young Player? But then everybody collectively Googled his age, and we all realized, he's 24? And ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on football player archetypes. I had so many lined up, but honestly, I didn't want this video to be too long. But if you guys do want another part, then just let me know in the comments. And also in the comments, drop your favorite player archetypes, some people that you can think of, even from the examples that I gave today. But if you did enjoy this video, then all I am asking you to do is just like the damn video and subscribe. It's free. And listen, if you're subscribing, then you are joining us on a journey of a lifetime. We're on the road to 100,000, and I think it's better to join now than later. You feel me? You love everybody that's been showing love on the videos. I really do appreciate you guys. And guys, I'm already gonna get started right now on the next video. I love you guys. You guys take it easy. It's been your boy. Peace and love. Bye-bye.